Playing outside, could you ever imagine something like this? As far as keeping enough
that kind of track will help, definitely. I mean, my days, I always say if the rink is close to somebody's house, we can carry water in the buckets and pour them at the evening when everything freezes. But yeah, these days the technology is really great, and you know, I'm looking forward. It's a great assignment for the fans, and for me, be a part of this event as a Winter Classic.
Dan, do you want to just explain a little bit about
You said they were going to ask questions. Okay, what we have here is a mobile refrigeration unit built by the National Hockey League, especially for an event like this. It has 300 tons of refrigeration, which is even larger than what's at Verizon Center. And we'll push glycol through the system at about 12 to 1,500 gallons a minute. A day like today, nice and warm, it would probably be close to 1,500 gallons a minute. It's gonna every day that we do something is going to be a little bit of a challenge. So if you take a look at, I'd be looking at the cloud cover here. So if the sun breaks out, we're going to have to put tarps down. So when we do our lines and logos, so that they don't start melting out. We usually do 1,100 gallons of water for an inch of ice, and we'll be doing probably about 1.5 inches to 1.75 inches of ice here. That way, because if it's warm, we can control it a little bit better, and it's great to start without having a big parka on and big gloves, work gloves and such. So I think this is going to be a fun event.
You guys start creating the rink today?
They start doing the underlay right now, and then we'll park the trailer today. We'll power it up tomorrow. 3 of the crew arrive here tonight. We'll start putting pipe on the trailer tomorrow morning, and then the rest of the crew will arrive on Wednesday, and we'll start putting all the pans together. And by Friday, it'll look like a hockey rink.
How many people are part of the crew that help rink?
Just the rink part itself, the ice crew itself is 12, but there'll be, if you take during the week, there'll be anywhere up to 100 people out there doing different things.
Dan, are there any specific challenges to building a rink either at this site or in this area with this type of climate? I imagine it's going to be a lot like Pittsburgh.
Well, it'll be similar to Pittsburgh, but what it is we watch the weather every day, and I'm pretty sure everybody that lives in Washington does exactly the same thing. It's just kind of like we're getting closer to Christmas, which means, okay, are we going to get a system? We're not going to get a system. What's going to happen? So that's what we're watching as well. You know, we don't have anything looking at us in the next 5 days. We have a little bit of rain, and we're hoping to have everything together and running by the time it starts that rain on looks like Friday sometime. And if it rains, I don't think it'll pour, which means that as much as it rains, we'll be freezing it.
So what's the ideal weather?
Ideal weather like this.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the worst
in
that can
fact,
happen?
In fact, I think even the players won't even enjoy it. They'll enjoy the atmosphere like this, but they'll get very warm because they'll probably go out there and think that they need to be all bundled up, and they don't need to be, because they'll be just have their t-shirts on underneath, and they'll still be sweating out there.
The worst?
The worst will be when the sun comes out. If the sun comes out and we have a direct sunshine on it, there's certain pockets of the ice that will get a little bit soft. The glare off the ice will really impede some of the players, and it will really, we have to really worry about the goaltenders facing shots. So if the sun breaks out, that's when we really have concerns.
Yeah, what are the similar things that most other places definitely figured out? Well, we should do that. Adapting and make changes as we go.
You don't have all day. Each one you learn something from each one. If you take a look at the variations that we had last year, we did Ann Arbor where it was cold and a lot of snow, and then we went from there. The same trailer went from there to Los Angeles and did the rink in Los Angeles. So, you have to go to the back of your book to kind of find the chapter on how you're supposed to handle, when it's 80 degrees outside compared to when it's 18 degrees outside.
How long have you had this specific technology? Since 2008 in Buffalo? Or?
This trailer, we built it right after Buffalo. This is when this trailer was built. And the second one was built exactly the same as this one, other than the pumps in the back are aligned a little bit different. but the technology is exactly the same.
You got here a little bit, just the basics, you know, the truck.
The truck 300 tons of refrigeration, and we push through 12 to 1,500 gallons of glycol. A day like today would be ideal for making, except like right now, I'd be really watching the guys and saying, okay, I think we can only go for about another 30 minutes, and then see if this cloud cover comes back over top of us, because there's no sense us fighting Mother Nature. We might as well, shut it down until 4 o'clock in the afternoon when the sun goes down, and we work all night. And that's and even doing the backyard rinks, that's what we did. We didn't do rinks in the middle of the day. You did it at night. That's when Mother Nature helps you do it.
What's the front and back cost?
Which?
What's the cost?
Of which?
Just from the start of getting this down here and getting it in there.
Oh, I have no idea. I know how much it costs to build that, but I don't know how much. And that's not my budget. That's on my budget line. They tell me to come here with the trailer, put on a big event. That's what we do.
You said by Friday it's going to start to look like an actual ice rink.
Well, we'll be making ice on Friday.
Okay. On a day-to-day, how do you maintain it until the game?
With me, we have a system down on the ice. It's called Eye on the Ice, and so we have probes that are, and it comes back onto my iPhone, so I can be standing there and I know exactly. So I can go for dinner and I can still be looking at it and saying I know exactly what the temperature is. If the guys are working, I know exactly when they're laying water down because they'll tell me. So we keep a constant monitor on the system, not only on the trailer but on the floor.
Are there any precautions to protect the field, or is it because it's the off season that's not really a concern?
The season's going to be changed. The field's going to be changed out anyways. But yeah, we take a lot of precautions. There's underlay that goes underneath the floor. All the connections are all taken care of, and everything is environmentally. We have a full program that we do.
You mentioned that the glare might be a problem. Is there anything that you guys can do about that, or is this kind of like something you can't really?
I squint a lot.
No, like the glare off the ice.
No.
Yeah.
There's nothing that you can do about it. It's when it does come out, we have tarps that we put over, especially if we do over our lines and logos, so that the color doesn't soften up the ice.
You need to get people out there skating on it. Cut the ice as much as possible.
Well, not as much as possible, but we do. We will have a couple of groups out there going to be skating on it. The media are going to have a little scrum. I know that the media will give us rave reviews because that's the way we like them to do it. And then we have the teams will skate, families will skate well before the game, so we'll be in good shape. No questions. That's easy. Perfect. Anything? We're good? Sure. Okay.